Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily NVIDIA report for Friday, September 3rd. I'm sorry, maybe I don't want to say Friday the 13th. Friday, September 13th, 2024. Actually, my birthday's on the 13th. I've always considered the 13th to be a lucky day, so there's nothing unlucky about today, in my opinion. Anyway, let's jump into the charts. I'm going to take a look at this one. This says a lot. About a week and a half ago, I don't remember the exact date, don't have that in front of me, but we did close below this rising two-thirds speed line on a big sell-off day, as you recall. That did set up, at least in my opinion, a longer-term bearish continuation, and that would have anticipated 84.91. Now, if we close back below 115.98, I am not re-anticipating, if you will, 84.91. I was a week and a half ago or so when we closed below the speed line at the time, but we're back above it. And that's another story which I'll get to in a moment. But I just want to kind of jump ahead and say that if we were to close today below 115.98, I would see what I would call the upper 90s as a realistic 1 to 2 week target. This simple trend line off the lows converges over the next week with the low settlement price that was put out following that June all-time high. So this area, that could be it to the downside. And yes, if we were to close below 96.48, then we would expect within a week or two 84.91. I just want to make that clear. So closing back below 115.98 is not a significant 3 to 5 week sell signal as I was anticipating a week and a half ago, but rather just a 1 to 2 week sign of weakness back into the mid to upper 90s. But until then, we are above 115.98. And that being the case, I am expecting as we continue, into October trade 3 to 5 weeks from now, this 138.03 rising channel top. I think that is realistic. So if you're long now, you could be long over the 3 to 5 day time frame up to 126.88, as I've already outlined. And over the next 3 to 5 weeks, I would say that upper channel top at 138.03 remains in reach. Where we could top out as it converges with the June high, we could top out here through October and fall away. And certainly if we were to close above it, that would be a long-term show of strength through the rest of the year, but we're a long way from that right now. Working up today, we still have 119.68. Now, this is a 5/8 upside Fibonacci over the last couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. It can continue to give the market trouble. We did certainly push through it yesterday by over a full point, but we closed below it. It is still there, still a tradable level. And yes, opening below 119.68 will keep 115.98 in reach today, where buy opportunity presents on the day itself. And still, into October trade, holding above 115.98, expecting 126.88 by the end of next week. And as I say, one more time, that 138.03 channel top and rising over the next 3 to 5 weeks or sooner. If we happen to push through, or perhaps open above today, 119.68, we could reach 126.88 today, where a daily high can be placed, and that would probably be it to the upside. But I will say that if we close today above 126.88, the high settlement price, the all-time high settlement price that was put out back in June, right here, is 135.58. And I would expect that within another 3 to 5 days, in stair-step fashion, on our way up to the targeted 138.03 formation. I will say that if we close today above 126.88, that 130 formation I just showed you, 138 and change formation, may just be 3 to 5 days away. So there is a scenario where we could test 138.03 much sooner than 3 to 5 weeks. It could be inside of 2 weeks, perhaps, if we happen to close today above 126.88. 126.88 is our 3 to 5 day target following the settlement above 115.98 on Wednesday. We are on our way there, and if we test it over the next day or two, that is a profit-taking zone for the 3 to 5 day swing trader. Should the 3 to 5 day swing trader sell 126.88? I don't have a problem with that. There's a lot going on here. We also have a descending trend line off these highs. That's your 128.58 level, but it is 126.58. I think that if settled above, should yield 135.58 within just a few days, and the 138.03 area within just another 3 to 5 days or so of closing above 126.88. Downside today, I don't show 108.15, do I? Yes, I do, actually. I don't expect 108.15 today. I think that is a big deal. That would be a significant sell-off, obviously. Now, I will say that if we open today below 115.98, yes, we could test 108.15 today, but all the minor points on the way down have been carefully chosen, well suited for aggressive day traders. Closing below 115.98, 108.15 likely on Monday. Where are you? Do I have it? I don't, do I? No. 102.83 is the low settlement price. I'm going to show you that right here. I wish I had a horizontal line coming across this way. That is the low settlement price from about a week ago. 102.83. I'm going to call that a 3 to 5 day target if we close today below 115.98. 98.91 within 1 to 2 weeks, as I've already outlined. So closing below 115.98. If you recently went long anticipating either 126.88 as a 3 to 5 day target or the 138 formation that I've been showing a lot as a 3 to 5 week target, both of which are negated, both of which you should no longer expect. And in fact, if we close below 115.98, it is reverse and go short once again. I know it's whipsaw, but not yet, is it? If we close below 115.98, it is. I would then expect 96.48 to 98.91 within 1-2 weeks at the very most, where selling pressures can exhaust and we could bottom out there for a week. If we were to close below 96.48, then we fall to 84.91, where we could bottom out possibly through the rest of the year. This is a big, important support area, and it is roughly, about a 3-4 month channel bottom. Is there anything else for me to say? I don't think so. We did put a stock pick out on Thursday, DraftKings. Is that right? Yes, DraftKings. American Tower earlier in the week, both of which are offering substantial, how should I put this? I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to oversell it, but they are substantial moves that could play out in the weeks and months ahead were we to receive the signals that I'm showing on those charts. You can see it all for free by going to wickedstocks.com, taking advantage of our 5-day free trial. You can see everything, including our daily Triple Q and daily SPY analysis for 5 days. And you just might want to stick around because you'll see all kinds of good stuff on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to leave it at that for Friday's NVIDIA report. I'll be back Sunday afternoon with Mondays. You have a great weekend.